Hey, okay, today we got some news that, Peter Mayhew, the original Wookiee, has passed away. And, I've only posted like 3 times, and, it's just, it's really sad. And, but, I was actually thinking back to now the first film that I saw was it was Return of the Jedi. I was 3 years old, and which I'm still trying to figure out why I didn't see them in order because my dad is like big into Star Wars and everything. So I would think that with his kids he would make sure because my brother saw them. My brother's 6 years younger than me, and he saw them in order. But for me, I don't know. I think it was like on TV or something. So that's why. And I just sat down and started watching. So, but and it was about in the middle of the Jabba's palace scene, and um, it was I hadn't seen everything with him coming in with Leia dressed as the bounty hunter or anything, but um, I saw the part where Leia saved Han Solo and everything, and all of that. Then he's thrown into the, and all of a sudden you hear these noises and everything, and Han Solo says, "Is that you?" You know, and he's and and I just remember when Chewbacca, you see Chewbacca, and it does seem a little intimidating to a 3-year-old because it's this big hairy beast. Now you also have to remember at that time Harry and the Hendersons with Bigfoot was popular at the time. Not so popular now, but and I mean, it's a funny movie and everything, and it was actually filmed in Seattle, so. And, but anyway, has John Lithgow in it. But the point is that all of a sudden, Chewbacca hugs hugs Han Solo, and I remember thinking, I want a Wookiee hug. and like the sounds that he made, it was almost like a cat purring as he was rubbing Han Solo's head. And I'm like, I want a Wookiee hug. And for me, um, Chewbacca, and I can remember my dad after he found out that I watched this movie, because me being a 3-year-old, I would tell my parents everything, and I was like, yeah, and then there was this going on and that going on, and Dad's like, okay, I know what you saw, and we're gonna make sure that you see the other 2 movies. So I remember watching the other 2 movies, and for me, Chewbacca was one of those characters that he was aggressive, but at the same time, he was aggressive when he needed to be. He was aggressive and intimidating. Like when you first meet him, especially when they were going to Alderaan, there were times where he would snap at Luke, not so much at Ben, but he would snap at Luke to get him to shut up, mainly. But then after the whole thing in the to before they went into the garbage chute, and after they fell into the garbage chute and everything, it was like after that you kind of see another side of Chewbacca. It's like, okay, the aggressive side is falling apart because he's like, I don't care what you smell, go down there. And And it was like he was, and it was almost like if you watch in the background when Luke has that creature come up and grab him by the leg and reach down, pull him down to. There was that moment, and you watch Chewbacca, and it looks like he's completely scared and terrified. I mean, he pushes himself up against the door, uh, and magnetically sealed door. When they escape, and they hear that noise, Chewbacca runs, and Han is like, "Come here, you big coward." No, not today. So, I mean, Chewbacca was one of those characters for me that was like, he was supposed to be terrifying, but he really wasn't. And, especially, I remember watching Return of the Jedi and that part where they're running through the forest trying to find the princess, and all of a sudden, Chewbacca goes in a different direction. And Luke and Han follow after him along with the droids. And Chewbacca, Han, he looks in confusion and he's like, "I don't understand, it's a dead animal." And before Luke could stop Chewbacca grabs the bait and they all end up. I remember as a 3-year-old, I just busted up laughing. And I was on the floor laughing, and especially when when Han says, "Great, Chewie, always thinking with your stomach." And because you would get the the duo of the droids, which was kind of like what those old Hollywood duos like Bob Hope and Bing Crosby, or Laurel and Hardy kind of a deal. It's kind of like what it was, you would get those one-liners, the zingers, so to speak, and that's basically what they were. They were comedy relief. But but like with Chewbacca, you would have this aggressive character, but there was another side to him. And so anyway, I also remember in high school, I don't remember what year it was, but I remember there was like this big thing, or it was when I was in school, and it had to be 97 because it seems like it was the same time that the special edition Star Wars came out, and MTV did this thing where they were awarding Peter Mayhew for something, and I don't remember what award it was. Shows how much I paid attention, but I paid attention to the other stuff. Because what happened was they got Carrie Fisher involved, and there was like this whole thing where Chewbacca got a medal, and the throne room music was playing and everything else, and it was I think you can find it on YouTube where they have that whole thing going. So Chewbacca got his medal, and I actually have on saved somewhere in one of the 77 or 78 comic books. It shows where Chewbacca gets a medal. So he did get a medal, but just not in the movie. But he did get the last line in the movie. You do have to give him that. But yeah. And but that was a punch in the gut when I saw that. And at first I thought it was like some hoax or something, I'm noticing that those aren't happening as much, which thank goodness they don't need to continue. But it's just kind of, it's not funny anymore. you know, when it's a internet hoax saying that someone has died or anything. But you know, because like I said, it gets to the point where people are like, when people really do pass away, we don't believe it, and we actually have to check to see if it's true. But anyway, so, and like I said, I didn't believe it at first, but so, and I don't like posting what people have already posted, so I go through the pictures that I have. I have pictures as far back as MySpace. These pictures that I picked up from years ago, or pictures that people sent me and everything. Because what we would do is that we would, you know, send pictures to each other back and forth. That, you know, there were things that people would role play, the characters that people would role play, and I'd send them whatever character. You know, I just found this. You might want, you know, maybe you can use it, and they'd send me. I have tons of pictures of Princess Leia that people sent me, and I kept them. It's like, yeah, when I had a virus on my computer years ago, like back in 2010, I lost a bunch of personal pictures, but these stayed. I don't understand the logic there. Oh, heavens. But yeah, I went through a bunch of my photos and I was noticing that some of the pictures that I have, people were posting. And like I said, I don't like posting what people have already posted. So I went through to see. And it's possible that these pictures were posted, so. And, but yeah, it is a very sad day. And, so I have a feeling that there's going to be a special page, a title card on this new movie that's going to be in memory of Peter Mayhew. I would hope that they would do that. I mean, it seems logical. And, but, so, and it's been nonstop. I mean, the tributes and the posts about Peter and everything have just, ever since the news broke about him, it's just been nonstop. So that shows how much of an impact he had on the fan base. So, and I do have to say that your guys' fan art, first of all, how do you pump that out so quickly? I mean, yesterday I was colorizing a photo and it took me all day. And then you guys can pump something out in like 30 minutes. I'm like, oh, I should have learned to draw, to actually draw. I'm in the wrong profession. I'm a terrible art, you know, I can't draw to save my life. But anyway, yeah, your guys' artwork is fantastic. It's wonderful. I love looking at it. And, oh, Pee Wee Herman just, oh no, no, he didn't. But there's been a lot of other celebrities that have. I mean, unfortunately, I have severe dyslexia, so there's a lot of things that it was on. Up above was a post about Peter Mayhew, and it just switched everything. So, but yeah, your tributes are wonderful. Love seeing the artwork. There's a lot of them that's about Carrie and Peter, and there's one person that, and it's probably more than one person, used the quote from Empire Strikes Back, "The princess, you need to take care of her," and then it was mingled with the artwork. So, yeah, it's just, it's very sad. But anyway, yeah, I just, I do, I remember being 3 and watching him, and just when he when he hugged Han Solo that in the prison cell and was rubbing his head, and I was like, I want a Wookiee hug. And then there were so many things that would happen in the movies where, especially that whole thing with the being caught in the net, and I was laughing and giggling and just thought that was so silly. Oh, I thought that was so funny. And but you watch the movies and there's that part where Han Solo is running after the stormtroopers in the Death Star, in A New Hope, and he's running, and Chewbacca looks at him like, "Oh, really? You're doing this?" And then you look at some of the other things that Chewbacca does, and it's like their friendship is. Oh, so yeah, it's sad. It really is, and to find out such news. But you know what? Chewbacca is so memorable. He really is, and I have to wonder if they thought that that character was going to be as memorable as he became. So, but anyway, so he's never going to be forgotten. Absolutely never going to be forgotten. Just like a lot of these other people who are associated with Star Wars. I mean, Peter Cushing was just in Rogue One. They didn't have to put him in there, but they did. So, you're never forgotten. So, anyway, I just wanted to say something about him. And say some of my memories about him, about Chewbacca.